Hello. Good afternoon. How is everyone? Kamain first. James the only one. Good morning. Bull market strategy. Good morning. G. Good morning. P. Juice. Good morning. Hello, 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 hello. How are you feeling? How's it going? What's going on? Except New York being an absolute... It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be exciting. Nice profit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, first, let's talk through the weekend. Did everyone have a good weekend, guys? Fuck yeah, bro. You're finally live, waiting for your stream in the weekend. It's yesterday's straight? Yes, it is. It definitely is yesterday's stream, my friend. %, it's yesterday's stream. Or yesterday's trade. But I don't need to close any trades. As soon as I, yeah. Massive entry yesterday, thank you. I did not. Shanto chart structure made me go heavier than usual and got burned. Oh, what happened, Rodrigo? What happened? Since you're saying you got burned, it's if you're willing to talk about it, this might be a good opening. That we could analyze what happened. Fresh 1K account? No. We're doing the 10K for 10 days. Live trading. Day 4 today. Let me edit the title. So yeah. When should we get in? I don't know, buddy. I've been in for quite some time. As absolutely to the T shared on the Discord. So yeah, I don't know. How is everyone feeling, guys? Hi Shanta, hi Marcon or Marcona. The rest I can't pronounce, I'm sorry. You plan on opening new trades today? Depending on how the market goes and what we're getting, I don't necessarily plan on opening a new one unless we go very, very high. But I might DCA this one. Goedemiddag. Goedemiddag. Is the bottom in? Vinny, I do everything for free and you can find everything in the Discord. If anyone wants to trade with us, you can join our free Discord. The link is up top. And if you want to use the same exchange as I'm using and trade with us, here is the link. Would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated if you guys do. What trading app are you using? It's 2 messages above you. V-shaped recovery, long wicks, 4-point structure, elevator up, stairs down. Thought liquidity was being built and was waiting for Sunday pump, then sell. Saddest part is the big wick on the 4-hour. Yeah, I can get where you're coming from. Rodrigo, may I ask you, like, what was your entry and what was your strategy? So what made you look for the V-shape? Because we haven't seen V-shape for quite a bit of time now, to be honest. It's just out of curiosity, but that's fine. So we can have a good conversation about it. As well at the 4-hour low. Okay, understandable. To 2.5% away from my Bitfun, saw them, and then I just got in. Yeah, the thing is, before doing an entry like that, Jesus, I made this an ugly structure. Let me draw this a bit nicer. The The current issue is, and that's a problem, there are not many V-shaped recoveries occurring as of now. 'Well, now it looks like something that might be tradable. The thing is, it's not that many V-shapes are occurring. You see, when I saw a wow pump, low risk, then V-shape, waited for some time, and then added with that slow drawdown. One second. Thing is, what we're seeing currently in the market, that's why I'm sort of changing strategy partially. The market hunts for liquidity, right? We can all agree on the fact that all the market is interested right now is in our money. Yeah, you are making sense. Normally what we would see, let me go back on this. What you expect probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, is something like this, you know, especially for Sunday. Why? Because this makes sense. It's a V-shaped recovery. It's hunting towards the low, same as the previous trade I wanted to see here. This is what you would like, especially with everything that has been happening, or the news that has been coming out. And yeah, I can fully understand where you're coming from. Now, let me tell you this, and this might be very useful and very helpful also for other people. Why did I shifted my bias to go lower? Right? First was liquidity. We could see a lot of liquidity resign here, and also quite a lot of interest points. Secondly, we should look into the structure. I might need to shift time frames down for this. Sorry for that. Look. For V-shaped recovery, you want to see at least 50%. I'm going to make such a mess out of this. You want to see at least 50% of the move recovered. So if we take this as the top, right? This is the bottom. You want to see this bounce go minimum to this area here. We agree on that, right? The fact that it kept stagnating and kept working around this region, especially after the initial move down, it had a second move down and it didn't really stabilize. It kept on looking for lower, right? Then it made this one again, and yet again, no tap to the upside region. I can't draw for shit. So let me see if with my magic pad it works better. This told me that we were going lower. That making sense? As soon as we went to this order block, we tap back in, and yet again, no recovery to at least 50%. We get a rejection, we get a retrace. This retrace here would have been, for me, more or less already a short. And then it's looking for the next order block. Why did I go in here and I had multiple entries? Because I had to try 3-4 times because I still wasn't sure. You can see it make the move down, retrace some, move down again, retrace some, but no stability as of yet. As you can see here we have consolidation again. Consolidation is the new V-shape, depending on the structure that results from it. Here I went in again, and why did I hold it? Because the first time that we rejected, so upwards, downwards, retest of the lows, shift out, retest of the lows yet again, but a higher level, and from here shifting out, shifting back, but this is the first time that this range level, holy shit man, I'm really bad at drawing this, that this range level held. You see? So for the first time, this complete range structure that we formed here, held this level. Retest, consolidation higher, shift out, consolidation higher, shifting, retest, retest, retest down, breakout. So the fact that it broke out of this order block, that's your final clue. I'm trying to teach something here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to teach something, but I'm absolutely the worst drawer in the world. So I sincerely apologize for it. But the fact how they're forming these structures without shifting out tells me, one, we're in an absolute bear market. So the fact that we're in a bear market means that normally in a bull market, it's simple. It's test out, shift, consolidate, slight retracement, shift out again, consolidate back at the highs. This is what happens in a bull market, right? But this structure is completely invalid in the current market. Why? Because we're doing the exact opposite, and you can see it by the pattern. So we shift down, we consolidate, we shift down more, we consolidate, we shift down more, we consolidate. There are way less V-shaped recoveries. So if you continue this structure, and that's what's happening now, consolidate, down, back here, consolidate, down, back here, consolidate. You have consolidation, retest, slight shift out, then it moves up here. But from here, the likelihood of it continuing back up here is way less than going back down. Why? Because we're in a market where we should short every bounce, not long every dip. Fire Boss, good morning. What are those gray boxes? They're order blocks. Bad drawing, but good explanation. Guys, I'm a trader, I'm not a fucking painter. Now I have to get all this shit off my chart. So I hope that makes sense. So what I'm trying to explain is, what I'm trying to show you guys, is the fact that we went from a buyer's market to seller's market. That is in essence what is happening. We're not anymore in a market where we can long every dip. We should short every bounce. Enter at 87. This is a DCA price, my friend. We had an original entry at 86.2, but I closed 50%, forgot to tell the Discord, so I DCA'd back in 50%. Our entry was way, way, way lower. I made 15k profit. Your congratulations, my friend. That's very neatly. Very, very neatly. So as of now, I want to see a retest of this region, the 87.5k-ish. If this area holds, I will start DCing in and start looking for higher. The gray lines is all self-made, my man. I'm my own indicator. What I am seeing now in terms of liquidity is that they're slowly stacking again to the upside, but they're also slowly stacking to the downside. I can see us going to 87.3. I can see that happening to clear this. I don't necessarily see us dipping below because that would not make a lot of sense, especially because of all the liquidity that's residing here. We have a gap here. So my ideal TP now is at approximately 90.3. So I'm gonna change that to 90,000. Let's go 280, slightly front run that shit. There we would have a 4.7k extra profit. Is that clear for everyone? Sweep up and fade New York. 88.3, 88.6 sweep, fade to 87.6. Might very well be. What limit order would you recommend at this stage? You're longing, you're shorting, what's your preferred direction? I'm looking for shorts starting from 90.3 all the way up to 91.6. That's where I'm looking for shorts, not per se entering. If you want to go safe with it, go for 91.37 with a stop loss hard at 92.750. If you're looking for longs, you can build from 87.5 till 86.8. That's the theoretical plan for today. Hi, Captain. Hello. Why do I put them where I put them? Well, pretty simple. I look at high confluence areas. As you can see, the low of the order block, the low of these peaks, the end of these order blocks. Next area of interest would in theory be, this could be a bounce zone, and this can be a bounce zone. After that, we have to start looking for different zones. But these are the areas of high interest right now, including this line. But let me change the line to a block as well, because it's the... Oh, don't do that. It's the peak of these and the bottom of those. So this is how I mark off my order blocks. That clear for everyone as well? My biggest concern right now is reading and analyzing and understanding the graph. That's pretty tricky. If you're at that stage. How would you start trading if you were a complete beginner and had to start over again tomorrow? I would start with risk management. Honestly, I would start to learn how to do risk management and forget about the rest, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't make that much sense to do anything else, especially if you're completely new to it, to be honest. I would 100% focus on risk management. Don't simply want to copy the trades. I want to learn deciding them on my own. I would advise to join the Discord. It's the easiest place to learn alongside with us, and with me and with the other traders. Always a good starting point. It looks to be holding as long as we're above this order block. Let's say the 87.5. There's nothing to worry about. Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. Hello. Hello. 52 likes, guys, 250 viewers. I see a miscorrelation there. It's like CV, it's like price is up, but likes are down, you know? Which strategy you use? I use my own strategy. What I explain every single live stream and try to help everyone. It's how I look at the charts, how I look at the market, the movement and the momentum. It's not really straightforward to define what it is, to be honest, but okay. YTP at 90.2. Last week you said we'd hit 92, 93 since there's a ton of liquidity. Yeah, but the thing is, liquidity won't necessarily remain where it is, right? People can take profits. People, you should join the Discord, my friend. Love from India. Liquidity is not a fixed thing, right, guys? Liquidity is not a given. So the fact that there was liquidity doesn't mean there still is liquidity. And now I can tell you, the most of the liquidity that was resigning up this region is gone. The liquidity cluster now moved to a maximum of, let's say, 95.5 or 91.5. So that is what we're seeing, and that is what is happening. What is making... I think I was having that tab open, my apologies. Spec, thanks for the clarity. You're more than welcome. Oh god, we're starting pre-opening dumpings. I would be insanely surprised if we retrace this complete move. If I look at the money that's sitting below, but I have to be careful with my entries. Limit 87,480. I want to go in with 0.6 Bitcoin. So I put in two limit longs, as you can see on the screen right now. One is at 480. The other one is at 170. That will bring my average entry slightly up. If we start dumping below this region here, that hold level, it might be exit for me. Nice pre-dump. Bro, overview of liquidity now in Bitcoin. Yeah, sure. Here. Solana's holding up pretty nicely. It's one of the few, to be honest. So we're seeing a pre-market dump yet again. Nothing too special, 0.5%. From the high that we've managed to reach is a 0.9%. And we pumped up from the absolute low to the top, 2.7%. So it might be a healthy correction to look into this, but this hold level here, I very much want to see this hold. Hello everyone, hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you too. Can you send me some money? Absolutely fucking not. Let's see. If you're saying that we are on bear market, then why are you drawing BTC to go up? Every drop has a healthy retracement, and I can't just blindly short everything. Look at the 4-hour structure in total right now. Yeah? Shall we? Look. This is what we did last week. An 11% dump. You can tell me a lot, but not that this is completely healthy for the market or for anything. Leviathan is liquidation levels. So I look at what's healthy for the market, and I'm gonna build shorts in this region again. But retracements needs to be done. And we are in a bear market. Look at it. Yeah, we've seen these now. The mighty magnets. Look at it. You cannot claim that we're in a bull market after a 50% dump. But that's from the bottom. I have to measure top. 36% dump. You can't claim we're still in a bull market. But that doesn't mean that both directions works. And yes, I am now in theory trading against the trend. 100% agreeing on that. But yeah. When last were the conditions of such nature that you took positions on your main account? 120k when I was shorting. Bubbles is good. Bubbles is good. He's taking a bath again. Fucker. If you would start over again with your knowledge but with no money, how much would you save up before you start trading? It depends on your skill set, man, and depends on the money you can make by yourself, to be honest. Like, listen, if you have the skill set to make 5 to 10k a month, I would not start below 20 to 30k. If you, in your country, and depending on the market factors and everything, can only make 2k a month, then yeah, 5k makes sense, you know? It's not a clear XY answer. And that's what makes it so hard for me to answer for other people, you know? Guys, 300 viewers and 70 likes. Let's get us at least to 150. I'm your 7th subscriber. That's quite some time ago then, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. So yeah, I can't answer. The thing is, if you think you can outperform what you can make in a general setting by trading, I would advise to do trading. The only thing is, in your situation, in your country, let's say 5 to 10k, it would be interesting for me if I can make that a month. But that would be... Listen, realistically, the returns that we're doing are completely unrealistic. Hello, Shanto. Hello, all. Hello, Schomburg. The thing is, we set unrealistic goals, right? Because that's why people come here. That's why people like to see it. And that's why people trade with me. Because I'm overperforming than what would normally be the norm for crypto. We're doing 30, 40, 50% a month, or even thousands of percentages like we did in the 1k to 100k challenge. So what would be realistic? I don't know. Normally, you should aim at maximum 10% increase a month. So from the idea of having 10% portfolio increase a month, that should be well sustainable, because if you don't have other income and you don't make enough trading, you're not eating, so you're taking it out of your trade port, which is not a good thing. So I would realistically say, if I needed to have 5k a month, I would need to have minimum 50k. That's the only way it feasibly can work. because then you make 10%, and let's be honest. Let's be honest. No, why is my camera zooming? You still need to take out the profits. So if you take out every month and you can't save up and you're not going be above and beyond, it doesn't still make sense to trade. You need to be able to compound. What's the goal of having 50k, taking 5k out every month? Right? Makes absolute no sense, does it? Because then you're just sitting there hoping for paycheck to paycheck. You want to go from 50k. What the fuck is the camera doing? You want to go from 50k, make 10%, go to 55, make 10%, that's 5,500, 60.5. Then you make 6k, so it's 66.5, 66.5, 6,600, 72, and then that way you want to build to fucking oblivion, right? And that's what people don't understand and what people forget. If you want to live off of trading, you need to have, according to you, not applying SL is a big risk. Bro, I never said that you shouldn't apply a stop loss. For now, with the well-managed trading, I'm applying a stop loss in every damn trade. Yeah, 50k prop or 2k own capital for someone who is confident in their edge, good risk management and psychology. It's not that easy, guys. It's not just pressing the right button. It's not roulette, right? It's not black or white. There are multiple options, multiple factors, multiple things to take in. And trading is the same as gambling in essence. It's one of the hardest ways to make money. And with gambling, you still have the option to say, well, cards were not in my favor, slot was not in my favor, whatever. With trading, it's different. And you know why it's different? Because of the fact that you already made the money and you deliberately make a decision. I worked out my ideal monthly income, said to myself, if for 6 months consistently I can make that off trading, I'll quit my job. Gotta take your time with this thing. Exactly. It's not you wake up today and you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna be a full-time trader. You need to invest time, you need to invest money, you need to have a cushion. The more pressure, the harder it becomes, the higher the goes, the harder it will be for you to make it. It's just that easy. You've seen it with the challenges. If I try to double every day, I'm going to be in trouble in the end, you know? Do you do regular work still in the first year? You try trading. Also, did you study? I have no degrees, to be honest. But I had an AI company before. And I did well in previous endeavors. So I had a cushion. Meaning that I wasn't... Let's put it this way. I was far from broke when I started trading full-time. And then it makes it easier for you as well mentally. It's a mental game, guys. It's absolutely a mental game. Center bro, the trade we opened up yesterday is still running. Yeah, I closed 50%. And then by accident, I closed another 50%. So I had the DCA in to bring back to the margin where it originally should have been. So I by accident messed up and then I undid the mess. So yeah, that trade is still running with 50% taken off the table. So what I was saying is, it's your dropout. No, I finished high school. And I can say, a pretty broad knowledge across multiple fields. But yeah, listen, ideally, you put, let's say it like this. You want to maximum put 50% of your capital into trading. So if you need 5k a month, you need at least 50k. So the overall capital that you have should ideally be around 100k. Because then you have a cushion and you don't need to take out and you don't start freaking out immediately as you would see in a small drawdown. It's not that easy, you know. You can't just say, oh, you need 10k, or you need 20k, or you need 40k, or whatever. It depends on your standard of life, depends on what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and where you want to grow to. All I can say is don't do it with money you can't actually lose. If you need to live off the money that you're putting in the trading account, stay the fuck out. It's my honest opinion, stay the fuck out. You will get burned, you will get... Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, it's not gonna be good, and it's not gonna happen for you, to be honest. If you can pass prop firms, build your capital with that. No, yeah, I'm talking to prop firms. We're investigating it to see if we can work together, because we get a lot of requests from prop firms, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see. One second, I've absolutely forgot something. 4 minutes to New York, guys. Firework! Do you think finishing VWO is needed to become a good trader? Props not. Yeah, I did HAVO in the Netherlands. So yeah. What exact moment did you realize that your biggest enemy in trading wasn't the market, but your own decision making, and what rule did you create to neutralize it? Being completely transparent and honest with you guys, as I always am, I don't think I fully neutralized it yet. I think you can't fully neutralize the human aspect, even though I try my absolute best. Still, sometimes it takes over, like last week where it was down the 45k trade. Sometimes it still takes over because it's semi an ego thing, or you don't want to accept it or whatever. So you can try your best to contain it for 80-90%. Camera, stop fucking zooming like this. I'm going absolute bananas from it. I think it's fixed now. Okay. It's like I'm too autistic. Give me a second. Slightly off center now. Okay, apparently I can't fix it now. And we're going into New York. So yeah, I think you can never completely eliminate it. Ever thought of developing a trading bot that trades off of liquidity grabs? 100%. Still working on it. Can't get it fucking done. It's not easy. Listen, if there was a bot or an AI, and I have a very outspoken opinion about this, there's two ways. One, a market maker buys it. Two, people keep it to them fucking selves. If there's really an AI that completely automates trades. Otherwise, it would be completely stupid to share it with people. So, I will share my indicators. I will share my system because I have nothing to lose. And I still have my own strategy, and I can develop my own strategy further if I need to. But everyone who had a successful, like a really successful proven bot or AI, why would people give it away? Like, honestly, if I ever find a bot or something that works, or I develop something, it's gonna cost you $1 million minimum. Why? Because it can easily bring in that money. No one is a saint, you know. Everyone wants in the end to make money, even though people want to do good and made enough money. That's why I'm sitting here. But if I can make 10 million more, yeah. Building a bot on Python, keep me updated. I might be able to help you, but I have a lot of people telling me, oh, I have a bot, I have this success for that. I haven't seen one that works yet. Okay, here goes New York. Let me get some Red Bull, since I'm low on energy. Just kidding. Even went to the barber shop, so New York better be nice to me. Did my best to be pretty for it. Of course, the instant dump. Is it going to be a fake dump? Into the order block. Let's see if it takes our 480. 99% sure it will. Direct violence. Hey bro, hoe kan ik je DC joinen? It's free, the link is up top, my friend. I shorted again? Of course you did. Order hit. First DCA point. Yeah. What surprises me is how day after day they can still bring in so much violence. This again is a 0.7% dump. They might go back here again. But I don't like to see them going much lower. How's the liquidations doing? There are not many longs piling in either. It's a lot less than it normally is. I can see them sweep this. Like 100% I can see them sweep it. Don't we love short blasting? Yeah. Bro, they always wake up and choose violence. Let's be honest, right? I can get a last DCA at 86.6. Because if stuff goes south, I want to position very well, and then 86,000 should be our last fully last DCA point, but then I have to move one of the others. Bro, this shows so bad. 0.7 86.6. I want to move to 86.3 then. Set 86.3. Add it. Bro, how is this working? Confirm. Insufficient, but huh? Wait a second. So the position is at 86.6, right? Added 86.3, so margin should be lower. Confirm. Insufficient balance. Okay, that's interesting. Let me figure that out. We will see. 86 below sweep, then up. Weekend low will test. Trying to scare me out of my position, my friend. I can move this limit lower. Like here. Bro, how can this be insufficient balance? But it like how? I move it down so it's less, right? Whatever. Holy candle? Anyone? Bro, I want to take 50% of the table Yeah, let's. Yeah, 50% off the table here, guys. So if needed, we can add some lower. Sweepity swoopity, we're coming for the liquidity. Give me a second, guys. I'm just doing some admin work on the side. Took some profits here. Yeah. Guys, hit the like button. Only 117 likes. Come on. Reason for long? I explained yesterday. We longed from here, guys. Everyone has seen it. I was hunting for the entry because I saw the absolute liquidity taken out at the bottom. So I was hunting from the lows. And now I'm hunting towards the 90. Ooh. More liquidity showing up here. Can we see that? You guys see how this turned from blue into yellow? So they're piling to the upside. Interesting, they're piling in. BDC to 92k. Weekend low sweep again. More 100x longs piling in. I don't. They are piling in, but not at the rate that I expected them to pile in. And I'm afraid that if they actually do get them, we might go lower. But that's gonna be fairly easy to determine, right? We're gonna see it by ourselves. Here open has at least to take out London high before lower. They don't need to do anything, to be honest. So now the port is sitting at 14k comfortably. We started with 10k. I don't have a copy trade option and I never will. We went, we had a bit of a rough start. I think we were at 6.7k or something. And as of now, we're confidently up. Let's see if we take out this high. If this high is taken out, 88.9 is next, in my opinion. A lot of liquidity clusters resigning there. This is a little skippy. Tapped into the order block. This is what I want to see, right? From here, I would expect it to go down there. For how the fuck do I close 50% of this shit? So, I'm gonna close another 50. In the belief that we actually go lower again. To my level here, like the low side of this. But we went down first, up after. If it doesn't work, I will make sure that we DCA higher. To buy in, you can read it on the screen. 0.8, 0.7, 0.7. So that's 1.4, 2.2. And then I still have an available margin of, let's say, as soon as it's here, of 5-ish K. So it's gonna be 9K in the position. Looks like it's rejecting to go lower. What it currently looks like. They took out EU already. They tend to leave Asia alone. I don't know. Ooh, look at that rejection. Interesting. Looks like they sweep this. They might actually start looking for this, to be honest. It would make sense for me that they start looking at towards 87. I don't know if I want to have a limit order. No, I have my entry. I have a good limit there. I can go a lot lower as well, but I don't really see the necessity to go a lot lower, especially with the gaps above. Like, listen, this is a dream scenario that we hit these two limits. And if we don't, I make 3.3k if we go to take profit. Oh, 1.7k. What the fuck? Okay, after DCA and some. But why is this so off? 1.9 Bitcoin is total. I want to have 1. Slightly more. 1.4 added to it. That's added now. That brings the total TP to 2.6k. That's manageable. That's 2k more than we are at 16k. Yeah, I'm doing live position size calculations. Swipe 88888 and down. Might be. Isn't the TP too optimistic? Well, I can tell you where my take profit comes from. Look at this, the cluster that they're building. The only issue with this complete cluster here is the fact that the high leverage are piling in down below. And as you can see, the color here is slightly changing. So people are actively taking profit. The red is getting less and less, even though this is heavy energy red, you know? Let's see if we retest towards the highs. If we can consolidate and break out. This is getting skipped. That's my understanding. I think they're gonna skip that whole region almost, because look, it tries to go and it rejects. That's all it does in that region. So usually hard to follow along as a beginner. What do you suggest? Well, what suggestion are you looking for, my friend? Or in terms of what? By the way, guys, 340 people, 133 likes. I'm going to the toilet. Do me a favor, smash the absolute like button. It costs nothing. I'm analyzing for free, trading for free, doing a free Discord, everything. All we ask for is your help with getting the word out there and trying to grow as much as possible, because we're doing this for the people. So it's legitimately the only thing we ask. And now I'm going to pee. Watch out that the market doesn't dump. I'm confused myself with most of this stuff. Everything will come. If you don't understand something, Google it, ask ChatGPT. Bro, you can even ask it here. I'm training for 10 months. Can you advise some books or training? Just doing, man. Either doing it small or whatever. Doing is the only way. How do you get the trading view liquidity? You have to get this liquidation levels by Leviathan, and then you have to copy these things. Since I know who the hell you are, there you go. I DM'd you. Or the other one. Yeah, it's a setup as well. You just have the same settings of that one, and then apply it to a 3-chart model. So it's the same setting, and then it only works correctly on the 30 seconds. Hello, I'm new here. Hello, new. Should we take this profit and aim on us going lower? And look for a re-entry? 160 likes. It's still... Yeah. Okay. No re-entry. Yes, no. Good one, bro. Yes. But what if we miss it, right? I'm willing to jeopardize some of the profits for now. Hi from Korea. Hi, Korea. What strategy am I using? My own. My 3x coin flip says to hold. Never seen you short. I shorted Friday evening. Shorted Friday evening. I use volume pro for my strategy. Got a long on BDC from as of B 86.4. Not a bad entry. Not the best either. Discord has seen it. My first entry before I started DCAing was, I think, 86.2. Let me scroll up. What was my initial entry? 86.163.8. What's your own strategy? How can I learn? By joining these lives and just chatting with us. I'm still developing again into an indicator. I'm gonna switch to my other account to sub and like. I can understand there isn't more people who like this and share some appreciation. For limits, if we go below here, we go to 88.5 at least. Yeah, I don't use naked point of control. I can tell them, most of them I can tell you by looking at the chart, to be honest. I don't need to have them visually mapped out. I can tell you we're here, the point of control. Next one is 89.8 and 91.2. I don't need any other indicators or whatever for it. For me, the rest is just... Bro, it brings me so much noise, to be honest. Yeah. It's just noise. I'm gonna close this because I think we're gonna get the lower entries. 87.2. 210. We're gonna go the first 0.75 Bitcoin. If we're actually going below, we're going to 85.800. Then I'm gonna DCA in the loss. Ooh, 1.7 is a bit. Is it that much? 0.9. 85.5 is gonna be the last DCA point. I hope that I'm right. If we're not going to get these orders, I'm gonna be absolutely freaking pissed. But it looks like BDC is slowly capitalizing towards the downside. And if I see how many orders and how fast they're building up here, bro, it's... No, it looks like a friendly pullback, but I don't like the amount of orders piling up to the downside. You know? So then this would be the strategy. It's already breaking underneath the height of the structure. Do you know market cipher? Yeah, I know the indicators as well. Shorted on this, SFP Classic New York, pump into dump. Might be, but it might continue upwards because it still is a shit ton of liquidity residing above. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that the orders on the low are piling in with insane speeds. That's just something I genuinely dislike, to be honest. They might hold it here, don't get me wrong. But it would surprise me. Then we just miss it. If we miss it, we will start DCAing around the 90k region to look for the shorts. But I can still see the sell pressure of OKX and not the buy pressure of OKX. And OKX has been continuously dumping. Even though Coinbase and Binance are both buying. But look at the amount of order influx here. And we're not seeing... What are these? What are these? Bro, I told it 16 times now. It's from the liquidation heat map from Leviathan. It's a free to use indicator, but you don't have to type it 3 times in a row. TP inner loss limit is 80. Take profit in your loss limit? I think entry is what you mean, right? Yeah, it's 85.5. I don't think you're meaning profit, to be honest. Guys, 174 likes. Can we at least get to 200 likes? More, well over 300 people, 300 beautiful souls joining us today. Current margin balance is at 3,500 or 13,594. New York already has the weekend lows. Why would they sweep it? Why do they have the weekend lows? The weekend low is here, my friend. 86.2. Why would they sweep it? Because of the amount of money that's piling in. Now it's a dead zone, so they either go up and take this, or they don't. Like, don't get me wrong, I might have fumbled my entry here. Because this is a good candle. But we made over 4k profit on the trade. There's no reason. There is a very, very solid reason. Look at how fast the orders are piling in to the downside. And as of now, Bitcoin is favoring downside. So the fact that these orders pile in this quickly, they could directly punish a lot of new flowing in longs. Look, they've done this for 2 weeks now. They're punishing longs way harder. We missed out. We didn't miss out at all, my friend. We've taken 4k profit on a 9k account. Money flow coming up in the 30 minutes, 50 minutes. Not needed to close the trade. We are going for the highs. We might. Structural, we might. I can still decide to take an entry if I see something, or we start shorting. For now, we're in a mid-range, and I'm not going to get into a position here. I refuse to. Then I need luck to make that position work. And I don't trade based on luck. I'm looking at 93.5. I have to be honest, I don't see 93.5. There's not enough liquidity there for them to, in my opinion, start hunting it. There are buy limit orders as they aren't seen well because of the quality of YouTube. 87.2, 87, 60, or 87.2, 87, 86.6, 86, 85.8, and 85.5. Spot flow is more than perpetual at the moment. That's good, especially if spot is flowing to the upside. There was a perfect backtest of 5 min fair value gap. Why not hold it? Guys, again, I've taken more than 4k profit on this trade. I can show you the history. So 236, 550, 821, that's 1300, 350, so that's 1700, 2100. Transferred some out, 2100 plus 2100 is 4200 that I made on this trade. It's well documented. It's the right amount of profit. Yeah, for me, I didn't feel like giving them back. I needed it in the account margin. Here's, by the way, the info you requested. I prefer to grow the account steadily with data and information I can stand by. And right now we've proven that we go down tremendously over an X period of time. So yeah, you're welcome. Look, now the market is not giving any direction yet. If I left the whole trade open, I would be risking over 4K in profit. Now we banked 4K and we're chilling for the day. So in my opinion, there's no harm to it. No harm, no foul, right? And I know it doesn't make the streams more entertaining, me not being 40K in a drawdown and risking stuff, but it's way better managed and a way better understanding of how to actually correctly trade. I wonder what the MM will hit us this week. Me too. It's gonna be a doozy, man. These structures, I don't like them, man. Now it's breaking up, which is it's pretty nice. It feels like the market. Don't get me wrong, the market absolutely feels like it might go higher. Next challenge 1.3, starting with 1,000 every day. Trade for 30 days for 30% profit. But I'm trying to do 10K for 10 days, so not make 10K a day, but see how much we can do after day 10. Currently, we're doing pretty well, to be honest. I'm up 3.5K in day 4. So we keep our cortisol levels grounded. Yeah, me too, to be honest. FOMC, volatile, 100%. 100% volatile. Kind of new here, but I guess this is a chill stream. I think I'm chill. How long would it take you to get this 11K account to 100K? Depends on the risk, man. It is between never and half a year. And then everything can vary between never and 3 to 4 days. A bearish weekly candle close like that in an uptrend. Where did you find the uptrend, my friend? On the weekly, I'm not really seeing a lot of an uptrend. Can't even break above. But that's personal, you know. Everyone does his own. I can't stand the same song 16 times. In a different jacket. Yeah, not everyone has the same opinion, and that's perfectly fine. I just think or hope that we get the retest. We will see. Well, okay, on a 100-week EMA, it's then I can agree with you. But we vary in terms of system, right? Powell, and it's nothing against yours, nothing against my system, but we just see different things. If you're looking at weekly 100 EMAs, I must 100% admit to you that I don't think I've listen, by accident I get to the weekly. But it's not something I come often, let's put it that way. So yeah, I think we have completely different systems and systematics. Best liquidity heat map available. For now, I really like the Leviathan indicator. Look at how it's building, guys. It's coming in too hot too quickly, in my opinion. The liquidity to the downside. And they might ignore it. But they won't keep ignoring it. You know? One will push up 90 to 95k in breakdown. I trading share store only. I only trade Bitcoin, not even other crypto. So yeah. Might close my longs for now. Market is telling me nothing. Yeah. It's a bit slightly dead in the water, to be honest. Not much happening either. It looks like it's pressurizing up, but it's not breaking up. And that's the problem with this market. This market doesn't violently shift out. It does for short bursts of time. What the best way to get more endurance in the ring? We always used to do circuits. So like circuit training, all different exercises, and running, man. Just run. I don't know if you can go into the source code, Tudor, but it appears to be good. I think this might be very, very accurate, to be honest, because of the way they calculate it. Yeah, I never liked running either, to be honest. Got to Shanto Trades asking you stuff. Bro, they're not in the server, man, so I don't know how to get rid of them. And liquidation wise here, that this 85 is 500 million. But 91 is only a billion. So it looks like there has been some aggressive profit taking. Oh, we're pumping. That's nice. Listen, guys, once again, I might be... Yeah, CoinGlass must be a predictive model because there's no way for free they can tap into all the order books. I'm not buying that. That's a good candle. Very nice candle. .7% pump on New York opening. That doesn't sound shady at all, does it? No one got poor taking profits. Exactly. Well, I never lost money taking profits. 80 million in shorts liquidated. Whoa, that's quite a lot for the existing market. And it looks like it's rejecting the order block. If this candle turns red, we're in trouble. Looking at all that the market is giving us for the last months. This is 0.8% candle, guys. And after it taken out slight consolidation, it's only printing red. If it doesn't pull up soon, I'm starting to believe more and more in my bias that we are actually going to hunt lower. Also, if I see the influx of liquidations that this candle has given, not per se very pretty, to be honest. This candle still runs for a good 2 minutes. This plan has been drawn, right? Do we still need to keep it on, or? Because it's slightly messing with... Listen, for everyone who is bullish, I hope it finds its feet. For myself, I hope it doesn't. Nice hollow shape recovery. That's good. You can still see that OKX is doing most of the selling. Look at the pressure. OKX, OKX, OKX. So, but Binance is buying. Already took profits, but I'm happy with it. Yeah. Need more short liquidations after the turbo dumping from last week. There's quite some shorts liquidated, man, in 12 hours. Yeah, 24 hours, 800 million yet again is it's ludicrous. Sunday to Monday, 900 million. Completely mad. Like, utterly mad. I already took profits, but I'm happy with it. Good. Oh, I already read that. My apologies. Listen, if it doesn't come down, we'll make sure that we short it from up. If it holds this order block, I think we're going to teleport to the 90k region. And 90.5 to 90.7, I'm pretty darn sure that it will come down from there. We just have to adapt the plan. But that's what trading is, guys. Listen, nothing is set in stone because, yeah, it's a dynamic market and it's trading. But bulls are not out of the woods, man. Here goes all the weekend shorts. Oh, yeah. I expected more, to be honest. Look at how they're piling it in on the low. The market could do something so funny and such a liquidation fest in potential. If they actively run this back, it's going to be a massive liquidation fest. Problem is the acceleration normally is down. So, yeah. Ashanda, what app are you using on your right? It's Aggregated Trade. It's a completely free application. They're still pressing pretty nicely. They're absorbing a lot of sell pressure. Buy, or at least spot market, is indeed definitely pushing up. Now big sells are coming in. Big spot sells. We're getting a volume delta. An amount of trades delta, which means that it is slowing down. That's a Jewish takeout pump. Ollie, theoretically, it doesn't matter because fees remain the same. So a rule of thumb is with market orders that you need 0.1% spot move in order to make profit. How do you know when volume is exhausting versus absorbing? You can see it in amount of orders piling in. And also visually. You can see what price is doing. You can see where it's heading. I know it's more or less, it's a bit of a feeling, you know. If it's consolidating, if it's rejecting. Moving averages, EMA, yeah, Chuda, they could be useful if we build them in the right way. We have a discussion with the two of us about it. This aggregated template is not on Discord. The other one is. I can publish this one, to be honest. It looks slowly exhausting. Also, more bigger and bigger sell orders are coming in. That's a good buy order, 4.4. This one also has smaller orders more, so you can get an even more in-depth analysis. That's a good buy. They're still performing very nicely. Don't get me wrong. Oh, first seconds of the new candle. Whew. This is what I mean with as soon as momentum slows down, you know? My weekend was good, Gerald. How was your weekend, my friend? Thoughts on weekly supply formed? What do you mean, my friend? Yeah, this bounce need to hold. Otherwise, we're gonna go back into the lows. Can we get a stairs down Elevator up. No head short. Perfect level. I don't know. I'm contemplating it. But I'm out of my long. I should have started DCAing into my short instead of taking margin lower. Bit of a mistake on my side. I have a rabbit brain or monkey brain. I can't do 2 or 3 things at the same time. The orders are still in. You can see on the left. But I'm out of trades as of right now. It's holding stronger than I expected. I didn't expect it to bounce back up. Why wouldn't we close CME gap close to it? 800 pump for us to close it. Might. Why not scalp it? Because I don't see what I want to see. I want to see certain levels hold. I want to see certain pressure and certain power. And I'm just... Listen, I'm trading here with 350 people at the moment live. If I don't like what I see, I'm not risking it. Because you guys even have a bit of a delay. So it's not just for me, because I know I'm not responsible. It's non-financial advice, etc. But we all know how the world works, right? Everyone says, yeah, don't worry, don't worry. But in the end, yeah, everyone will complain. Okay, post this version. I will post it. I have to upload the template, so we'll do it to the Discord. Do my profits good. What average monthly percent gain? On this account, like 40, I think. I'm dabbling with what we're doing. Going to drop something random. Everyone here should try Vietnamese coffee. Judah, what's Vietnamese coffee? A guy in the Discord just asked me based on, because I posted my limits. Yo, you think we're going up? No. Or you think we're going down? Nah, bro, I think we're going up. That's why I'm placing my limits below, right? How you doing, brother? I'm doing good. How are you? Had lunch? Yes. It's the best coffee ever. I never tried it. I'm not really much of a coffee drinker, to be honest. Coffee with condensated milk, actually really good. It was maybe for doing the wars. Right, why so many orders? Because we're looking at a range to go in. Look at how they're piling this in, my guys. I know it makes more sense to go to the upside, but the market doesn't necessarily need to make sense. And by the hypothesis that we're gonna look for lower and we're gonna leave the CME gap for later, how fun would it be if we dump back into this and then mark it back up as soon as FOMC is this week? I'm gaining about 40% a month depending on my port, my friend. I answered it twice now. You guys take ADHD meds? Yes, I take Concerta. I don't know why I still got only like 10% of liquidity lines, even using the same setting. You have to go to the 30-second time frame, man. This only works well if you do it at the 30-second time frame. Guys, can we get to 250 likes? We're at 197. And by the way, if anyone wants to trade with me, make sure to make an account here. Give me a second. Make an account, sign up, deposit. It will also, if you use this as your main trading, it will give you free access to the Discord as well. And greatly appreciate. Did you buy silver or gold? I have gold. I do fear it will go much lower if it hits your limits. I don't know. This is a very high crowded area. It might, but I don't think it will immediately. Like, let's say yesterday, we got 86. I don't know. We'll see. Listen, that's why we're DCing. That's why we're DCing. So my average entry will be down. That's why I'm not taking a single entry. We are at a very dangerous point. It's that simple. What did I miss? What's the breakdown percentage of DCA? Bro, I don't know. Yup. How to be stable with confusion and decision. Stick to the plan. I only stream on YouTube. Looks like the fuel is out for now. Looks like it's gonna reject the order block. That's what it looks like. Thing is, it didn't take mid of this range. For me, in order to hold the order block, it should have taken mid range. Minimum. And it didn't. So that's giving me more conviction towards this thesis. Well, I can't draw for shit, I'm sorry. Piling on shorts, I bet. Where are you based? I'm based in the Netherlands currently. The level where it's at now would be pretty weird to hold from. Not gonna lie. It would amaze me if this is the level where it's gonna bounce off. I'm skeptical. You have mad patience, bro. Respect, thanks. I think, listen, you need to. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it in this industry. And you shouldn't be doing this if you don't have the patience. Sometimes you need to wait for entries to come. What capital did you start trading with? 50k. Maybe even smaller in the beginning. Look, now it's starting to look like the fact that red candles keep running easier again. And Binance is starting to sell instead of buying, where Binance was buying an awful lot to keep this move sustained. If now Binance applies pressure again, together with OKX and that pressure we've already seen, it's no bueno, my friends, no bueno. Look at the opening of the first 30 seconds of this candle again. It looks like a copy paste of last week. What would be your invalidation for the upcoming trade? Do you have a stop loss? I have to analyze, but I think it's gonna be 84.7. How long did it take you to flip it to a million? At least two to almost 3 years, I think. Realistically. Is it like fishermen waiting for that big carp to bite? Have patience. Oh yes. We must. You must have patience. Sailor bought another 3K Bitcoin. Good for him. Did you trade BTC spot as well? Not now. I think we're gonna go much lower in the end. Bro, these orders on a platform are not people from the platforms, rather the platforms. Huh? What you saying, buddy? It's both. It's the institutional side, it's the retail side, and it might also be the platforms themselves. Silver is going up again. No, in general. What do you mean in general? Yeah, in general, I hold spot, just not now. Because I think we're going lower. See, it's already coming down. It's down more than $600 already. Where were the beginning struggles? Did you lose money? The thing is, what I teach, or I'm not teaching, what I tell everyone now is what I was doing wrong as well. I was eating like a bird and shitting like a goddamn elephant. So listen, my trading bias and everything has never been off. I have a good feeling of what's gonna happen, etc. But the market doesn't always necessarily need to do it. So I was never a bad trader. But I just stick to my bias way too long. And that put me in difficult drawdowns where I never should have been. An example was like the 45K drawdown we had last week. That was the old 6 years ago me that gets carried away. That's something you should definitely try to avoid and make sure it doesn't happen often. Ik ben padellen. Oh, we should go together one time. Shanto is Indian? Fuck off. Are you Indian? We're really gonna start this again? Do you know Market Cipher B, my crypto face? Yeah. Any opinions? It's an indicator. In my humble opinion, every indicator has lagging data. So, I don't know. What do you think about crypto phase in general? I don't publicly give my opinion about people I don't know much about. Yesterday we got a goated entry, 100%. Best data is like this. It's market. It's real time. It's all you can do. I'm up right now. Yeah. Listen, if you aren't up after yesterday's entry, bro, there's no way of saving you, my dear beloved friend. Enough. There's nothing wrong with being Indian. Let's just move on. Fucking do that. Can you explain why you think timing in the market beats time in the market? The harder the market gets, the more unpredictable it gets. The time in market is crucial because the amount. Listen, you have to be right less amounts of time. I think yesterday we sniped like 4 entries here. You can read it back in the Discord. And I was up 1,000 back to break even, up 800 back to break even. Even this one here, I caught perfectly, up 1,000 back to break even. So the thing is, in order to have a sustainable position and a sustainable move, right now, you need to take multiple tries. My entry, 86.1, congratulations. I think it was my given entry, but yeah, I closed the trade. You can do whatever you want. What's your favorite thing about the market besides making money? Listen, the whole financial industry intrigues me. How the world works, what's behind it, algorithmically, money-wise, perpetuals, futures, everything. Like I'm a bit of a fucking nerd, to be honest. Biggest gain in a single trade, 6 to 7 figures. I'm not gonna fully disclose. So for me, the whole mechanism of a market, how liquidity works, how market making works, etc. Any tips to stay awake watching your paint dry if you don't like coffee? Sniff coke. No, just kidding. I don't know, man. I don't know how it can keep you up. I'm doing my absolute best. But yeah. Paint dries, and whatever weird reason paint dries, right? 0.85. Oh, man. I moved my one limit down even more. Because I think if we're really starting to dump, we're going to dump. Not going to jeopardize my average entry. You see OKX selling, pressure still on. It's freaking textbook, man. Absolute textbook. So for everyone who doubted me, thank you for playing. Not enough liquidated yet. It's not enough. Look, we haven't seen these candles to the upside, have we? Straight back into the level. No V-shaped recovery as of yet. Tells me we will go lower even more. Sniff Kogan, shut the fuck up. That's not what I wanted to say. Do you believe we will touch 85 or 90 soon? Yes. I swear you goat. Thank you. Listen, I just spent so many hours in these charts looking at this shit, looking at this clusterfuck, and looking at this absolute shice behavior. If this level doesn't hold here, where we're at now, we're immediately teleporting to 87k. But you can, like, I can feel when a market is accelerating into a certain direction. 9 out of 10 times. And that's why I get out of a trade. If I'm still in a trade, I'm biased. And if I want to look at the charts like completely from an optimal perspective, I shouldn't be in a trade. That's why I closed in very, very solid profit. Yeah. Please don't use 300x, please. No, you shouldn't use 300x. Ooh, liquidation's coming in, not holding. Oh man, this is a do or die for Bitcoin. Otherwise, it's like bye-bye. Might be a little sweet V-shape here. At the lows. If not, and this is what I look for, right? I need exponential volume up immediately. Neglecting the pressure. Now, it looks to be that green is dominating while the candles still appear red. That for me means it's a no-go to go in yet. So I'm actively looking at market structure right now. But this is a very, very fucking ugly candle, man. Percent down. That's secretly a Jedi. Or I'm an autistic nerd. Might depend on what you want. Not enough longs liquidated yet. My humble opinion. This will be eaten, man. I changed my entry, as you can see. It's at the bottom of the order block. If it starts to lose these, the entries are in the Discord for the people who are interested in seeing them. Tools do you use to see liquidity? I can't trade perps, choice of UK. You can, Lux. You have to use a VPN to create the account on Lbank, and afterwards you're free to go, my friend. So you actually can. Guys, I think I save most of the people here with their longs. I almost lost everything. You absolutely did. Oh my god. No, you don't need a lot of volume, man. Open the head short and half my long. Thanks, man. You're more than welcome. Let's see now, because it's a bit of a do or die point. It okay. Looks like it's die. Same time I joined, I got 2 messages from Shanto. It was kind of fun to talk with him. Yeah, bro. I can't listen. I can't kick them. They're not even there. Risk management. What do you do in the middle of the range? For example, here, place your SL above local high, and they are you in a long or short pain? Because I can't answer your question based on the information I have now. Arrogated froze. Be careful. There's a lot of impersonators. Yeah, guys, listen. I can tell you one thing. I will never ask you for money. So yeah, there's that. Decent pump. Not decent enough. Thing is, we had back into the auto block. This one doesn't have enough wick. This has enough wick, you see? And we haven't had a red candle with an upside wick. I'm not convinced that we were going up yet. Where do I get my 5K back that I sent you some weeks ago to Nigeria? Thanks for donating, I guess. Where the domain is 2 weeks and 2 months old. The thing is, I don't know why, but apparently people still fall for it. Otherwise, these guys wouldn't remain on doing it. And I feel sad for the people falling for it because some of them are pretty good. But I must admit, I've seen some bad scams, guys. Listen, I had fake me's talking to me, you know? Like, hi Shanto, how do you like the Discord? And I'm like, really? I get that you're contacting members. But yeah, come on. It's a numbers game. Every add to a swing short is pure bonus. Yeah. I feel sad for crypto because new people fall for this shit and they don't understand. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't understand crypto. Which is logical, and trading is a really, really difficult thing in general as well. But the thing is, it feels like people also want to put less effort in. Like, for example, I'm launching the Inner Circle, right? So if you have 50K or more to trade with, send me a DM. You can enroll in our Inner Circle and get even more personal care and everything. And I'm doing this with a select group of like-minded people that have better capital. I get a guy who DMs me, and I'm not even joking. I won't expose his name, but he DMs me and he's like, yo, I have 2K. Can I enroll? And I'm like, buddy, you have 125th or 125th. So that's 4% of the needed capital requirements. Imagine buying a house for 2.5 million with 100K to your name, and you're like, yo, am I eligible for this? And he's like, yo, I want to make money fast, and then I'll join you with that. Can you help me get to a 50K? Yo, and then he texts me in general. Bro, listen, I really want to help everyone. I really want to respond to everyone. But then tagging me in general, like, yo, why didn't you respond to my DM? Bro, honestly, I'm clueless of what to respond. Because what am I supposed to say, you know? How do I come back from that? Why do I just know about the Inner Circle now? I don't know. It's in the Discord. Bro, sounding like his ex. Just blocked him for being stupid? No, because I think everyone deserves a chance and everyone asks stupid questions. I don't want to be the guy that just randomly constantly kicks out everyone. Because why would I? But yeah, sometimes it just cracks me up, to be honest. I didn't even know what to say. So he's like, bro, why are you not responding? I have no clue what to tell you. Are you sending signals on Discord when you enter on live? I try to. The guy with 2K needs it more than the 50K people. Yes, he might need it more, but for me it has no value. You know? Ciao, Luca. I want to do this with people that bring value back. And I want to build a fund. I want to build towards real estate. Maybe an investment committee. Whatever. And we're legitimately doing everything that is needed to start a legal hedge fund. So we can also legally manage other people's sport. And if you find via this good traders, people with capital, build a connection, like-minded people, that's valuable for me, you know? I want to add to my own value as well. And I think I'm finding the right mix between giving and doing everything for free for everyone. And you can, bro, just take trades on your own, you know? You can scale towards it. If I'm trading with 10K or 1K, I'm not here to decide if you follow it with how much you do. What do you look at to confirm whether you will close a position? I was in a good short from 88.6, but wasn't sure about when I should close, then close too early. One is it depends on what time of day and what day it is. If I'm in a Friday evening short or long, especially with the weekend, I tend to fumble out myself as well. So I have the tendency to pre-close positions into the weekend. Secondly, you can see if the market is struggling with going up or down into a certain level, like it's holding this order block now. If it goes back here, you want to see it break and consolidate slightly above, not below. Same as, why was I convinced of shorting? Look at this. It didn't manage to hold above the order block. Here it went above, didn't manage to hold, and it dumped ferociously. So it looks like it's a copy-paste of the pattern we've already seen, right? Then we might start hunting for lower. Lower, low we go. And that's what I look for. I look at the behavior and the patterns that it's giving me based on what I see. I held this long because even though it's a 5-minute time frame, look at here on the low, I had an invalidation back at 86.8 overnight. But this green candle at the lows and shifting out back above and slowly trailing up, these are things that they're like little tau signs, and you have to find a methodology to convince yourself that you're still in the right within like proper boundaries. Bro, what do you think of getting a loan for 50K to join the inner group? I think you're absolutely mental. How often do we often get sweet trading conditions like that? I don't know. Depends on the market, depends on the algorithms. Like, this is not bad. Right now, it's not bad. I can... Until now, every time I said the market doesn't make sense, I managed to make sense out of it and I was right. Like, even Friday evening when I said, listen, it should pump and then it should scan back down. It overshot it, but it still went down. But I would absolutely not get a loan to trade with me. Not that I don't have confidence in myself, but getting a loan for those reasons are mostly high interest and very fucking dangerous. So I wouldn't do it because also it's borrowed money. You know, I have people with 100K, a million, multi-millions. They know the risk, they understand the risk, and they do this to learn as well, not to purely make money. The 1 hour SMA, what is SMA? Gonna get a cup of coffee. Do that, my friend. So no, I would strongly advise against getting a fucking loan to trade with me. I feel flattered, but also gives me a panic attack. What did I miss? The 1 hour SMA getting a loan to trade is the financial suicide. Huh. Can't believe these are real questions people ask. I don't want to insult anyone's IQ or what they're doing or whatever on stream, so I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna get mixed into a political discussion of this nature. Hey sir, being down nowhere and coming back to close at minor profit was legendary. Thank you very much. And Swift dude, I appreciate the compliment, but it wasn't legendary. It was absolutely fucking stupid from my side. And I never should have get myself baited psychologically in my old patterns. So for everyone who thought that that was correct risk management or how you should trade, my sincere apologies. Rump Kamba, yeah. But that's... The thing is, in order to build a name and in order to build business and in order to grow, you need to make certain claims. I'm the only guy that can back up these claims because I did it live. And I showed them how to do it. And I've actively did it. Now I started with 10, or I doubled 1K every day till 13K, and then I needed more margin. So that's why we ended that, because it was getting too dangerous. Next to that, I started a 10K challenge and I'm up 3.5K on day 4, which is also a good 35% on port. I can actively achieve these results multiple times, so it's not a one-day fly or a single trick pony. I get it gets people hooked, but people always need to consider themselves. No one did what you did live. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't have anyone ever seen... I've never seen someone performing the same stuff I did live. But that doesn't mean that it's not dangerous or you should blindly follow it with 50K, because it always has a risk. And it can always go against you, and that's what I'm always 100% transparent about and honest about. No one has a 100% win rate. We had losing streams. Today I lost 178 in Fartcoin. Bro, if you invest in Fartcoin, you deserve to lose it. You know? You're gonna big here in YouTube. Bro, I hope. I'm working my ass off for it. Wait, there's someone... Oh, guys, I opened the previous trade on Discord, that's correct, and now I finished it on live, so someone was saying I had the obligation to update the Discord on it as well. Honestly, I'm trying my absolute best to update everyone on everything, but I'm trying to manage 4 platforms at the same time. Fucked up after 2021. Which one is it? What do you think about USOR coin? They said it will pump on January 1st. I didn't look at other coins. Take your time. No, I'm done. Quadric CX. Never heard of, to be honest. Listen, now this structure again, if we look at this from a technical standpoint, breaking up, tried to shift out, broke back, and now you don't see a V. I was just about to say we were gonna dump because we don't see a V shape, but the market is absolutely faster than me. You can just see it. Listen, honestly, if a move doesn't at first give some sort of a violent pump back, it's not a sustainable move. You know, this pump here had higher chances of sustaining and going upwards than what we're currently seeing. It's that simple. Why? Because the market needs to have... How do we get violent moves like that? Let me start with this. A violent move like that occurs as soon as liquidations hit. So liquidations and the fulfillment of a lot of orders, so money needs to transact from A to B, or money needs to shift hands, that's when we see violence hitting the chart. So fast down, fast up, or fast up, fast down. It's liquidation candles. They align with liquidation levels. Holy fuck, stuff is piling in. They're gonna 100% eat this. 100%. The red is gonna get wiped out. And I think they're gonna wipe the blue as well. I know I keep messing with my orders, but I can keep one at... Look, now it's... You know, it's a good start, but it's not violent enough. Look at the violence this brings down, the pressure. Now it has some... It's bouncy-ish, but it's not what I want to see, you know? So I'd say based on this, lower, my friend, lower. What do you think about Bitunics? It's a good and decent exchange, don't get me wrong. I'm just not trading on it currently. 182 likes, guys. Let's at least push us to 300 likes or 200 likes, right? How would you rate your setup? Bro, if I don't think it's 10 out of 10. If I don't think my setup is good, I wouldn't take it. How can we calculate? With the challenge account, I go all in. So the 10K is distributed. Or now the 13.594 is distributed over these margins. Or over these orders. Listen, in order to go to my full entry, we need 88.5. So that's right above this hold level here. That's another good 2% down. But there's nothing really stopping us, to be honest. What's your today's position? My position today is wait. Sit back, relax, and wait. So, current position, why do you decide to trade only Bitcoin instead of many other alts? Any story? Thanks for this answer. It's a dual-edged blade. One is a lot of people follow me, and I know that a lot of people follow me. So if I go into a shitcoin with low liquidity, low market cap or whatever, I'm the market maker. And with me being the market maker, I will drag followers along with me. So either other people get fucked, or I get fucked, or something happens, or it becomes a pump a dump, or whatever, and I don't want that. So with VDC, I know the liquidity is always on point. 90% of the coins follows Bitcoin as well. So why would I trade something else? You know, I'm specialized in Bitcoin. I can read Bitcoin. Every coin has its own quirks and curiosities. I used to be insanely at AVAX and OP. But I just can't do it anymore because of my own port, the following. I don't want to take risks, etc. But they all slightly move different. OP, couple algorithms back, used to be an amazing tau sign for Bitcoin. They all have something different. And I don't believe you can specialize in everything. In the end, they all hunt liquidity. But look at River, man. River destroyed people. Why? Because it keeps on going up straight, but it's not normal, you know? Look at River. So that's why with Bitcoin, I at least know what I'm getting myself into. And that makes the probability of winning for me a lot higher. I don't need other stuff, to be honest. Like, look at this stuff, you know? I said either it rejects here or it goes... Even it's in full-blown discovery. It was up 2,000% there, and it's up another 150%. What we're gonna do with this, you know? How long will you be live, my friend? I think another good 70, 80 minutes. Depending on what price does, and if we get something special. Yeah, I could tell you that River was going to the absolute moon. But the thing is, how moon is the moon, you know? That's the problem. I could tell you that this shit wasn't coming... Ooh, that's a liquidation candle. That might do something. Is it stagnating or will it hold? See, these are the ones I'm looking for. Here was at 83 on my bid, but 76 on Maxi. That's what shitcoins do, my friend. Every market maker aggregates prices differently. You even can have on a ferocious dump on Bitcoin 400-500 difference on Bitcoin. That's why I trade on one exchange. Yeah. It's not worth it, man. Imagine if you're... Like, you guys have seen me do 4-5 million position sizes on stream. What's the gain for me, you know? What can I do with an altcoin I can't do with Bitcoin? I have up to 25, 30 Bitcoin positions on live stream. It's... Yeah. It's zero added value. That's all I want to say, to be honest. Let's give you this. So, since everyone's falling asleep, type 1 in the chat if we are bullish. Type 2 in the chat if you're bearish. Let's see how everyone is divided today. The order from yesterday we opened is still running in my account for the take profit and re-enter, or let it run. Take profit, 100%. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, interesting. What if it goes to 90? 2, then 1? I'm flat. Okay, interesting. No liquidation candles yet. You see, and this is... People ask me why I trade a certain direction, why I do certain things. Look at where it directly is heading. And what it's doing. And everyone can call me crazy, but I'm one of the few who actually coded and said, listen, it's stopping here. There's a big gap at 88. Yeah, it's a CME gap. I know, I don't believe in CME gaps. I'm telling you, we're going lower. This is going to be a teleport, man. From here to... Listen, I'm telling you, if we break 87, we might as well teleport to 86.6. I love it when a plan comes together. Look at my drawing, man. Look at this absolute beast of a drawing. Yeah, I know I'm editing my drawing now. I'm so short, my hair got caught in my shoelace. I only have 170 USDT left, I still follow you. Why don't you short? Because I decided too late that I want to do it. And I can only allocate the margin once. CME could get filled. Yeah, honestly... It would be an absolute doozy if towards FOMC we actually make the move up and then a lot of more long liquidations can pile in. I'm not moving the levels, I'm just... Ooh, that's a V shape. How's it? Nah. Listen, this liquidity... I think they're gonna take it. But what do you think about BTC in future? I don't know, man. I think it can hit 1 million. As long as it's not by the NSA or Michael Saylor flushes us through the toilet. Or Satoshi does something weird. But it's way more fragile than traditional asset classes. But yeah. Let me eat some Pringles. My opinion on ICT, he's an arrogant guy. BTC to 1 million, I can definitely see that happening, to be honest. I very, very, very well can. Yeah, Chuda. I think the possibility is there, depending on the market factors and everything. Bulls are stepping in. Binance is stepping in. Not much of a recovery yet. I showed that indicator you checked a minute ago, the liquidity grab chart. What's it called? It's liquidation levels by Leviathan and it's free. I need to... Chuda, can we run a script that like... counts the average move sizes from top to bottom? I'm seeing some patterns in the move size US does based on the days, the weeks, and everything. Liquidation Leviathan. Yo, I swear, I'm gonna show this to the camera. This friend request is hilarious. I get a friend request from Shanton Trades. So it's... Bro, I have a me trying to add me. This is a decent pump. This is a very decent pump, I have to admit. I didn't expect it to... I don't know where it bounced off, to be honest. It's a bit peculiar. Time-wise, it's also peculiar. Huh. What is it doing? We're not in position, but I didn't saw this one coming, to be honest. I expected it to look for the range lows. It's not even having a lot of volume, look at it. It's a neglectable volume. And the trades try to get me copy trade him. Bro, I wouldn't. But the fact that they add me, it's fucking hilarious. Oh god. I have a guy DMing me, hello Shanto, your new follower. Bounce off the 5 AM bottom. Not even really, to be honest. It's a 5-minute hold level, man, without any prior... It's a nice pump, don't get me wrong, but I'm not convinced yet. Spikes are crazy, yeah. This market is absolutely trying to annihilate everyone in its path. Five-min close. It's more than important. Two minutes, a big article release stating the biggest buy wave since 2022 with wallet holders adding 10x more to BTC than holding already. What are you talking about? It's cleaning everyone out, it definitely is cleaning. Dude, I hate third world. I have no clue what you're saying. Sup, mind teaching me something? What you want to be taught, my friend? I woke up to 3 Shanto accounts. Yeah, bro, I'm everywhere apparently. Swap the lows of this range from the 20th of January, suggesting we are back in the range for now, targeting range high. Huh. That's an interesting hypothesis. But this hasn't been swept yet. What would be... Pawe, what's the reason for you then to ignore this, the 84 region, as absolute range low? Because that one at 1, 2, 3, 4 tests as well. Or at least the 85 point something. How's the challenge going? Have you already reached those 53k, or is that just operating margin? Huh? Huh? You confuse me. Shorting today? No, I longed and we closed it in a profit and now we're waiting. I missed the old order look in the screen. It's 53 margin available because of all the limit orders. That's where I put them. So I draw them at high confluence areas. Look, the bottom of this, the mid top of this. This is originating from this region. We could even put it slightly low, but I like this one because it originates from here as well. This is the bottom of this. This is it's like, if you know there's a high confluence and where price likes to be at a lot or revisits a lot either, that's where I place my order blocks. Now I'm looking at the small range from the 20th January. We had this spike up on Friday, back in it, swept the lows, and we are back in it again. I'm not ignoring you, I'm thinking. Feasible, yeah? Dudes from comments, can you drop some bow knowledge? Buy low, sell high. Sell high, buy low. Because price spend a lot of time there, Husky. The longer price spends in a certain region, the higher the confluence is, the more money there sits. Is the challenge going? Currently, the 10K challenge is at 13.5, so we're up 35% in 4 days. Which I think is pretty damn nice. Yeah, drought time is confluence. So there's more chances it revisits it? Yes. The more gaps there are in the order book, the higher the probability of price going back there. Like, it looks like they swept these highs off just for the fun of it. before wrecking more to the downside. Shant, I ripped at 88, 850 short down and closed at 87, 229. You're an absolute fucking legend. Bro, speak English or get muted. We hold on to trades for a week. Bro, I cannot upfront tell you how long I'm gonna hold my trade. Listen, if I could tell you everything up front, I would be an absolute fucking billionaire. I can hold it for a week, I can hold it for an hour, I can hold it for a day. I don't know. I can't tell you up front. Like I said. Trading it's a science, but it's not an exact science. It's not like 1 and 1 is 2. The market gives what the market gives, you know. Guys, pump that like button. We're below 200 likes. Come on. Can we kiss, bro? Absolutely fucking not. You don't kiss your bros good night. So I have some paint left over from the weekend? Yeah, me too. The shit keeps on getting weirder and weirder with this chat, man. Can we kiss, bro? I swear, what am I seeing? Last time it worked well. So let's scroll to X. Do you speak of your origin? I don't know. The countdown to total collapse has begun. Just found new stock trades. Yeah, Nancy can do whatever. Breaking CZ is dating Caroline. That's... You know, I create indicators the best of my ability. Yeah, whatever. Guys, tell me to stop when you see something decent. Super Bowl tickets. Holy shit, 65, 266k. That's mentally ill. That's completely mentally ill. It's all doomed, yeah. Casela, yeah, that's good. 100% daily win rate. Like 100%. You lost money. It shows red in the fucking screen. Finally, something I can get on board with. Gold breaks 5. Good for gold. $90K? That's not good. That's a nice kitchen. Target remains clear. Okay. Okay. Bro, what invalidates this fucking trade? Because we're at 87, not 94. Sure, just closed. Bro. These things, this is what's wrong currently with crypto, you know? What the fuck does this tell us? Okay, back to actual charts. Okay, I'm going to the toilet, guys. Hopefully it dumps this time. Not political, just facts. What's happening? Really hit my SL and dumped. Little dump. Well, he went to the RR. Paint is drying up nicely, huh? Hey Shanto, why do you expect 90k to be hit? Can you go over that again? I changed my bias now to limit orders to the downside because of orders piling in. I can tell you for a fact 90k will be hit, but now there's so much liquidity to the downside again that piles up so fast. It's an absolute danger, to be honest. But look at the liquidity clusters that are here. I think they're just waiting for more shorts to build. That's my hypothesis, to be honest. Chart is not arrogated, or is it? No, this is arrogated trade. What does these colors in the liquidation indicator signify? So this is 10 to 20x. I think this is 20 to 450, and this is 50 plus. So the darker the color, the higher the leverage. You got on TradingView? Yes. How are you so good at this? Spending 1 million hours. The amount of time I spend in the charts is absolutely ludicrous. I've been doing this for 7 years, and the last 4.5 years full time. And I spend 12 to 14 hours a day on this. I wake up with it. You can see it in the Discord. Like, honestly, I stopped posting yesterday evening at 1:06, and I got up again at 10 this morning. So there's 9 hours I didn't post. So that's a good 15 hours a day on a Sunday that I'm still posting, still doing something. A good pump again. How did you manage it when you were not full-time? You learn, right? And you work and you try, and then in the end you gotta find out if it's something for you and if it's feasible or not. Looks like my order block is perfectly holding, but it's the same as it did yesterday. It shifts out, shifting out. Let's see if it loses this point of control. Otherwise, it would invalidate our idea of it going lower. Not much is happening in terms of liquidations. A lot of shorts got liquidated last 12 hours. Not many longs. Everything's turning neutral again. Volume looks to be bullish. I don't know for how long they can hold it. It's a bit of yeah, sorry I can't make it more entertaining, guys. It's that slow today. So it seems clearly there's more liquidity to sweep to the upside. Yes, but the narrative is down. So why would they only take this before going back up? While they clearly rejected this order block, like clearly went below, went up, went below again. Now it just looks like it's an equal level hold. It looks to be bullish, guys. Not gonna lie. They're trapping so hard, we know they want their bottom sweep. It's too easy to go up from here. These horizontal indicators. It's not an indicator, my friend. It's my homemade drawn order blocks. It's holding at the average trading range. I don't lose, I have capital withdrawals only. That's a funny way of saying it. There's nothing to do in this range, man. Even though if I wanted to. I absolutely can't bring any added value instead of wait and sit back, relax. I'm sorry. Even though if I wanted to, I can't make this more entertaining. I can't bring any more value. You have any future setups ready? Look at the screen. Short like anonymous. Let me know once you're up and running. I want to join them badly. Holy crap. I think I need to charge my mouse. No, not because it's beeping, but also my phone. Just dump. Hey, what platform do you use? Would Binance do? No, we are partner with Lbank. Link is in the Discord, and the Discord link is shown up top. It's absolutely free. Oh, we're dumping again. Should we do an Asia session live stream as well? Like, I could log in for... We could pick a day this week where I could stream like 12 to 14 hours. If that's... Is that something what you guys want to see? How would you explain your trading style? Absolutely me. My trading style is, yeah, me. What are we seeing here, guys? It looks like it's a lower high and it's rejecting again. And it's gonna spend some time in this region. If it can't hold this region, it's gonna go lower. That's what I'm seeing. We're gonna hold it, really? Does trend lines, etc. work? The thing is, and I've said it before, everything works and nothing works at the same time. So there are periods when trend lines work, there are periods when FVGs work, there are periods when CMEs work, Fibonacci, etc., etc. Everything works and nothing works at the same time. It's just figuring out when something works. The only thing I can for sure promise you that works is liquidity. It's that simple. It's really that simple, guys. What indicator are we talking about? BTC 80.5. Might. Not against it. Definitely not against it. Jeez, that is locked in. Right top of the screen right now, it's aggregated trade. It's free to use tool. Looking for a long at 86. Bro, read. I'm long 86.7, 86.3, 86.2, 86.50, 85.7. What's your SL? I have to assess, man. I think it's gonna be 84.7-ish. But we have to assess when it gets there. Now it's just holding this level and making paint dry. Yo guys, while we're waiting, could we like the stream? How much margin? I'm using the full 13k AF in the challenge right now. So that's what I'm doing. Like the average entry will probably be around 86-ish. That's where the average entry is gonna be. And it's gonna be 3 Bitcoin. So we will see. We might even move this lower, man, to be honest. To lower the entry. I can do one even below 85.1. If it's going there, it's gonna go there anyways. Hey bro, you're open to a new low, sweeping the loco now? Yeah. I don't see us going up. Look at how fast they built liquidity to the downside. they build it so fast, and there's so much liquidity already down. It almost makes it too easy, you know. Will be a SL now, bro. I have to see if all the orders hit. Then we will assess, right? Listen, if it really dumps and the average entry is gonna be like this, it's 863, 85, 1. That's 1.2, 600, 85.7. So it's gonna be like here. I think the stop loss is gonna be 84.5 something. Hey, the new reel with 45k, best reel. I remember the day I was watching you. Cheers. Thank you very much, man. It wasn't the best reel at all because of the risk management and everything, but it does well on engagement, so to say. Bro, what about liquidity to the upside? There's more, but it seems unable to grab it, you know? Look, we tried, we rejected. We tried again, we rejected. Now we're currently holding at the same level it tried from. And markets don't necessarily try again from the same levels, especially not if we're in a downtrend market. That's all I'm saying. If it dumps to new low, we'll give a nice bullish divergence on the 4 hours. Yes. What the hell? Could you update the entries on the Discord? Yeah, sure. It's not dumping, to be honest. It's also not holding. This is the power. This is the painful part. Guys, why is chat so quiet? Are people still alive? Yeah, I might close soon, to be honest. But it feels like everyone... Did everyone die over the weekend, or...? Holding a breath for what? Doom scrolling for some hopium? Everyone waiting? While waiting, my friend. Yeah, chat is so absolutely quiet. It's... You're almost getting me nervous. No, I don't trade any other coins, my friend. I was wondering if my stream crashed. We are right here. Oh, Gucci, good. Are you holding spot? No, currently not. I'm waiting for lower. Chat waiting for pump. Bring popcorn and beer. Because BDC is not doing anything. So my chat is correlated to BDC. You will close the stream and markets will fall. Yeah, that happens sometimes, isn't it? The painful part is when my mother-in-law rings the doorbell. What do you do when you're not trading? Still looking at the charts. Bro, what do you see for hedge entries? If you wanted to hedge, you should have shorted 88.7. You can short here. Or you can long it. Bro, I can't. Oh, hedge is a brain fuck. I don't know. From here, nothing. It's smacked out in the order block. You can't do anything with a hedge here. There's no man. Yeah, exactly. So you can long from 86 to 85. Then wait for, I don't know, I have to see develop. I cannot give you, that's just an honest opinion. I'm not good at hedging and I don't like to hedge a lot. It depends on how low this falls, but to the upside, it also depends on how much liquidity is gonna be there. But as I'm looking at it now, everything between 88 and 90 you could DCA into a short hedge. But hedging is not my type of strategy. Only thing to do is long, because we're gonna pump. I think that 1.9% Bitcoin dump on New York is not fully on board with you, my friend. I once told my parents I was trading. My mom thought I was drug dealing. I explained it to her what I was. After a couple weeks, I quickly just gave up and said it's all gone. My greatest decision, what, to stop trading? How can you tell which direction it can break out of the zone when there's a pump or dump? Well, you can never say with certainty, right? But I'm looking for clues of big red wicks to the downside, like here, and then holding above instead of below an order block. So this held below, didn't break up. This is also holding below, not above. This went below, held above, went back in. If you want to see a pump, you want to see it consolidate above. So this consolidates above, shifts out. This goes above, below, then shift out again, but then you needed to be in a position already. Look, this again, below, if it's not breaking and it starts forming red candles at the highs, these are all they're little clues, but they are clues. Actually, dealing would be less stressful. Yeah, I don't know. Too risky? What's risky, my friend? No blood, no glory. What indicator? This one, it's the mode to distribution volume profile by Zierman. Thank you, you're welcome. I want to see it shift to the downside. Come on, go below. Nah. It might just hold this range and milk us out for our time. I stream every day at 15 CET or around 15 depending on the news and some other factors. But yeah, that's my go-to window to stream, to be honest. I'm 29. Guys, I see nothing, to be honest. I can't see anything that makes me trust we're going up. I only see signs that we're going down, but the problem is if we go down, this is a gap, man. So we have to wait. But I'm probably not gonna be on a lot more. The Discord is 100% free. How's relationships going as a trader? Well, my relation with Bitcoin is pretty wary. So yeah. I don't know, my Discord, my relationship with BTC is a love-hate, but I don't think you're implying that one. But I'm single, so relations are going perfect. 1K ask at 87,480. Whew. Decent. Look, the liquidity to the downside powers in so much faster than liquidity to the upside. I'm pretty sure they're going to take this around 87. And then it's pretty easy to press it down. But I just... Listen, if we only get half the entries, so let's say we get these three, that's 2.2 Bitcoin position. If we can scrape like a 4K move to 90K, I'm more than happy. My relation with BTC is a bit SM. I can feel you. How to get L Bank VIP status, how much we need to deposit under your link. Send me a DM if you're actually looking into VIP and do more than 10 million volume a month. Here we go. Long awaited. Okay, it froze. Are we gonna double bottom this? Marble staircase. There's so less liquidity today. It feels like everyone is just not there. You can also see it on the activity in the stream, to be honest. It's, I don't know. It feels like a slow Monday. Twitch buys to sells. Okay. Monday with a handbrake on. Might be. Government shutting down, I don't know if it has an influence. It all depends on how they wanna market it. It can go absolutely both ways. The last one was bullish, yeah, but that was a completely different market setup, my friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm bearish. I'm absolutely bearish. One day you will remember this message. I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I think we might even go. I have levels marked down of 64k, even lower. If I go to the weekly time frame, honestly, I can see us going mid 40s. Bottom of this is interesting. 54 is interesting. Top of this 43 is interesting, especially because of this range as well. These are all levels to take into consideration. 54, 49, 43. So I'm not arguing with the fact that we might as well see a lot lower, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we do it directly in a single move. Mighty magnets, yeah. Do you guys still think we're in a bear market? I think it's the beginning of the bear market, to be honest. I think we haven't seen anything yet. The only thing that's keeping us now from going to absolutely low is the fact that bulls are holding up pretty nicely, and that surprisingly people remain rather liquid. Look, there's 500 million liquidated in longs only yesterday. That's going to the market makers. Last week, more than 2.5 billion was liquidated in longs. As soon as that liquidity starts to dry up and people get fed up with it, that's when the real fun begins. And as of now, you can see they're still piling in shorts. They're still piling in a lot of longs. So it's not yet at that point, but that point will come. And that's when the real liquidation cascade and the real thing happens. I think 10-10 is not going to be a single time. We might see it again, but we also might see an inverted version of it. The longer we spend in this region around the 80k, the higher the chance that we are actually going to shift out of it. Since this is an asset that wants to move up in the end. But yeah, we'll see. But I'm a firm believer of the fact that we haven't seen the bottom yet. But that doesn't mean that we can long bounces and short. Long the bounce and short it back down. Because I was aiming at a short approximately here. I wanted to see 89.5 before shorting it back, but didn't make it. Hope you be here, I think, instead of where, so you can make profit when it comes. Yeah, I hope so too. That's what I'm aiming for. Please help me up to read the... Just set it on dwell time and then you can see the zones for the time spent most time. Short now in TPH entries. Bozy. It was resistance at 74. Michael Saylor single-handedly held Bitcoin around the 72k region. You could just see it because it was Saylor's absolute level. Not taking away from the fact he won't get liquidated if we go below. That's a common misconception. He is borrowing against MicroStrategy assets, but as soon as he comes under his entry price, he's not forced to sell Bitcoin. And now they are underwater. They're not. Their average entry is still, I think, 81k in general. And like I said, he's not forced. Money Shanto slapped him but got my like in. That's very nice. Sailor doesn't have a forced liquidation structure. What about ROT BTC chart, total 2 and BTCD? Could you argue outs look set up? I think the money that was meant for outs has been completely drained by meme coins. So I don't see a way that I don't see a way that altcoins are gonna make a leg up except the select few. My prediction where we will end the bear market. All the way between 43 and 66. The only feasible levels. Guys, don't get me wrong. I like spending time with you and everything, but I think I'm gonna have dinner. I'm watching paint dry here. I'll be back tomorrow. The entries are set. If we go very high away from this, we will reevaluate. So yeah, I'll catch you out tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you.